This is not another video trying to convince you learning to code is important, because you already know that. It will be an insult to your intelligence if I repeat all that jazz. This is a video sharing how to learn to code if you don't love doing it, because I really did not love it. See, I was struggling with coding until I discovered what was really missing. Tech influencers give me whiplash with their contradicting advice. Just code for 4 hours, sit in front of computers, find a way to do that, and you'll be fine. Do that. Or anyone can learn it easily. Honestly, neither helped when I couldn't even finish basic tutorials. Like many of the viral YouTube tutorials that people find super easy to follow, that I couldn't even finish until the 10th try. I went from that struggling beginner to working as a research scientist at a national AI institute in the US, where coding was crucial to my role. Now I run my own business advising companies on AI strategy. I didn't make a significant transition until I realized something that helped make everything click into place. The breakthrough, it wasn't about finding the right tutorial or having more discipline. Well, the breakthrough didn't come until I realized something that made everything click into place. Today, I'm going to walk you through the changes that transformed my coding journey. And no, this isn't about achieving overnight success. Let's get to it. We've all seen the headlines: Google software engineers making $500,000 a year, coding bootcamps founded by supermodels. Yes, really, like Carly Kloss really did that. I mean, no offense, these people are doing great things. And countless success stories of coding career transitions. I mean, these are great things, but it just didn't really motivate me to learn to code consistently without quitting a million times. But here's what's missing. All these reasons touted by celebrities and society aren't giving you reasons to code that are unique to you, or in a way, intrinsic to you. Let's understand why this matters. External motivations. These could be high-paying jobs, career pressure, social status, or industry trends. Internal or intrinsic motivation, on the other hand, can be personal satisfaction, genuine curiosity, desire for self-improvement, or joy in the process. And research has consistently showed that intrinsic motivation leads to better learning outcomes, longer commitment, and higher satisfaction. Here's a quick test you can do. Would you still code even if nobody knew about it? If your answer is no, don't worry. I'll share 3 powerful ways I discovered to develop genuine intrinsic motivation for coding. Let's be honest, only a small percentage of people are born with a natural love for coding, just like natural love for anything: basketball, dancing, skiing, or watching Netflix shows. Or maybe not, strike that. If you're like me and didn't immediately enjoy it, that's not your fault. Just remember that. It's okay to not love something super trendy. We all have different natural inclinations. The good news, it's actually possible to develop intrinsic motivation through what I call incremental rewards, and here's how. Number 1, you have to identify small practical projects you need to complete. And then number 2, use coding to solve these problems. Number 3, experience immediate benefits. For example, I wrote a Python script to organize my 10,000 photos into different folders. Each successful mini project built my confidence and satisfaction, creating a virtuous cycle of learning and achievement. So in a way, I was designing a lot of self-serving micro-coding projects in the first couple months of learning to code. As you can see here, this is a simple code where I developed this photo organizing script. So here I wanted to remind you guys, don't wait until you fully master a whole bunch of functions, until you feel like you're 100% ready to design something. I would encourage you to jump through whenever you can, because getting the immediate benefits or rewarding effect is that important for beginners to keep going through. And don't wait until you fully understand the for loop to build something like this. And remember, this is not a school exam or job interview. It's okay to copy first and make it work and practice more. And eventually you will get there. Remember, the goal is to keep us motivated and reduce the misery. And that was my journey in the beginning. So imagine that you'll fly to Paris next month for your dream vacation, and French is a foreign language to you. It's very likely you're motivated to learn some basic conversational French, like bonjour, merci beaucoup. Well, just like what the old saying goes, a little goes a long way. You're more likely to enjoy your direct conversation with locals and order the right things on a menu in the restaurant. Sure, you can always use Google Translate or hire a translator, but nothing beats the joy of direct communication and the efficiency of getting things done, such as ordering the things you love in a restaurant. Similarly, programming is just a language to communicate with the computer and order the computer to do the things we want it to do for us. My second solution focuses on viewing coding as a tool for independence in direct communication with computers. Think of it this way. Learning to code is like gaining a secret key to communicate with a superhero, which is your computer. And learning to code, which is in the process of learning a new programming language, in a way similar to when you need to learn French, Spanish. And this is really important because oftentimes when we think about learning to code and all the benefits associated with coding, more often than not, we're actually trying to use our boss productivity or our future boss productivity if you're still a student. And it really helps to think about what coding can help you accomplish first. Many research papers demonstrated that people feel in control of their actions. They are more likely to internalize motivation and develop interest in the activity itself. So why autonomy builds intrinsic motivation? Well, number one, you can gain control over your digital space. And number two, you gain freedom from dependency on a lot of third-party tools. Number three, you can gain ability to create custom solutions. So this mindset shift helped me stop comparing myself to the coding geniuses. It really helped me focus on my personal growth and capabilities. So these days, we cannot talk about coding without talking about generative AI. Now, with the rise of AI tools like Cursor and other no-code platforms, some might wonder, do we still need to learn to code? Well, I'd encourage you to try out one of those YouTube tutorials teaching you how to build a production-ready app in 2 to 3 hours. Just try to search for it. You'll find tons of good ones. And try follow those and see if you can make it work. Now, I have already coached clients who are new to programming in this process, and none of them were able to successfully build a production-ready app just by following a couple of YouTube videos. While these tools are impressive, without basic coding knowledge and understanding why different components need to exist in order to make a web app, you'll likely get frustrated with error messages and give up. Remember, in the age of generative AI, even a little coding knowledge goes an extraordinarily long way. It's like knowing some basic French in Paris. It opens up a world of possibilities. A research study in 2023 showed that generative AI helps lower skilled workers improve more than higher skilled workers. On average, worker productivity increased by 14%, with novice and lower skilled workers seeing a 34% improvement, compared to minimum impact on experienced employees. So it's a golden age to grasp fundamental coding skills and principles. Plus, you're more likely to follow and take advantage of those viral YouTube videos teaching you how to build production-ready apps in 3 hours and make it happen. Again, you at least need to know what building a web app requires, what are the major building blocks, what is front end, back end, database, authorization, and APIs. You don't need to know every single one of those inside out. You do need to have a good high level understanding what each component is doing. We're sure to say some generative AI models introduced year by year, or should I say month by month. And we're gonna see new prompting techniques and new popular tools coming up. And what we currently use may be outdated very soon, but hey, the fundamentals will always stay the same. Learning the coding fundamentals will never be outdated. It's like now we have unbelievable computing powers and really great calculators. It is still important to know 1 plus 1 equals 2, and we don't stop teaching kids basic math in schools just because we have these amazing computers. So these are the 3 strategies that I use to help me cultivate intrinsic motivation for learning to code as someone who really didn't like it. Let's recap. Number 1, incremental rewards projects. Number 2, gaining independence and autonomy. And number 3, use generative AI to accelerate our learning process. I hope you get to try these and make your coding journey rewarding starting from day one. Let me know in the comments below, what's your intrinsic motivation for learning to code? What small projects would you like to tackle first? Thank you so much for watching.